What's going on, family? Shalom, shalom. I don't know who needs to hear this, but the signs are there, guys. Check this video out real quick.
Here comes the boom, America. JP Morgan, Citibank, and Wells Fargo are all preparing for a crash. They are all stockpiling cash, just like Warren Buffett. This economy is about to see depression time era.
This is the most insane thing that I've heard in a while. You know that we know the bank collapse has been impending for years. The super recession. The super recession, the Great Depression is coming, and they are coming out, sending warning signs, expressing to Americans and the world, quite honestly, telling you that the banks are preparing to collapse, that your local credit union that you have could collapse, that your favorite Wells Fargo Banks of America could collapse. And we just hit the $40 trillion threshold in debt. America itself has hit that $40 trillion threshold. And I just want to know what your plan is.
Yeah, what is your plan? Because I've been looking this up recently. $40 trillion, right? Just last year in October, around this time, it was 38 trillion. In March, 39 trillion. This month, August, 40 trillion.
Woo.
They are calculating it. It's $90,000 per second. Per second, guys. So these things are happening in real time, and people need to start preparing. People need to get in position because, of course, they're going to try to save and, I guess I can say save the economy and things like that. But at the same time, these are signs. These are clear signs to me. I know that. But I saw a video the other day, and somebody said a nice quote. He said, "I don't know what's wrong with people. Either they are blind, like they can't see what's going on, or they are brainwashed." And that's deep.
Yeah, it could be a mix of both, honestly. But I think, just maybe take 2 days off of work and just try to get unbrainwashed. Because when this famine truly hits, and I want to touch on the fact that you see a lot of celebrities always represent symbolism. Just like in the ancient times, the Greek gods would represent a level of symbolism. The celebrities you see today representing some of those ancient powers, they're all looking hungry. Okay, Ariana
Skinny.
Grande, other people, Cynthia Erivo, a lot of these people look hungry, and you just wonder, why do they keep showing people that look so hungry? Why do they keep showing this? Why do they keep showing GLP-1s everywhere? Everybody taking this
Ooh,
again,
that's deep.
super skinny. The symbolism is, hey, the famine is coming. The white horse, is it the white horse of Revelations being released? That's the famine? I believe it's the white horse or the black horse that's being released. It's going to be a famine in the earth, because remember, there's still 1/3 of the earth's population that's to literally perish physically. And so when you see a famine coming, you need to ask a couple questions. You need to ask, what do I need to do to get a lower cost of living?
Yeah.
What do I also need to do to make more money? You need to do both. It's not just one or the other. And then where am I saving and investing? Because saving without investing is not wise, because the US dollar literally decays over time.
Yeah.
And so instead, you need to be having some type of purchasing power in something that is going up as time escalates, as
Assets,
time
yeah.
goes on. Because your business can be an asset, and it should be an asset. You moving abroad is definitely an asset. This is why you see Americans, Canadians, people from the United Kingdom preparing and saying, okay, where do I want this blue passport to take me? Because America's not it. When America goes through the banking collapse, it's going to be like the Great Depression of the
gonna be
1920s.
fast.
And if you don't remember history, then you don't know that also during the Great Depression, we were also in a time of World War. There was World War I, Great Depression, then World War II.
Yeah.
The cycle is going to repeat itself. We are having the American, Iran, and Israel war, and you're also going into a great super hyper depression. And so it's time to prepare. And this makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I'd rather you be uncomfortable just hearing us speaking rather than actually being hungry uncomfortable. Because you said that they said that they're telling credit card holders that they can't take out any more credit. Leave a comment down below if that's you and they've messaged
people
you.
that has like spend 7 figures a year. That's like over $1 million, guys, right? They are limiting them. But I did want to say this too because I'm starting to know this trend too because it's always trends. Just how you was like people are starting to look hungry and stuff like
Mm.
celebrities and stuff. Now there's a trend where what's like popular and what people are wearing is raggedy. It's like holes in the shirts. Just say like
Wow.
paint all over the shirts and stuff. And I'm just like, is that is that real? No, that's fashion. I guess they trying to tell us something, y'all. They
Mm.
really trying to give us signs and things like that. But it's up to you. It's up to you guys to listen. Just like my wife said, take some time. Like you really have to just sit back, fast, pray, ask the Most High. Like, man, what is coming? Because I need to be prepared. And we say, use that U.S. dollar outside of America. Everywhere is starting to feel it. You know, I was looking at some videos on China too. China's feeling it with the weather. If it's not the weather, it's about business. It's about a lot of businesses shutting down. All the wealthy people are liquidating. That means that they want to have cash on hand. They just want to sit on all their cash until they can invest in something that's gonna, you know, increase and be an asset to them. But yeah, it's getting scary, and a lot of people don't like to hear this truth. And I hope you that's listening is not like that. You really need to hear this. You need to digest it. You need to eat this meat and spit out the bones, however you want to say it. But it is not time to be sucking on milk and thinking that everything's going to be okay. Just think 5 months ago, the debt was at 39 trillion
That's crazy. We added 2 trillion
a
with the
year.
T debt
And
just in
then,
that amount of
yeah,
time.
so the video I was seeing, the guy, he was like, yeah, our first $1 trillion debt. It took us, or took America, not us, America. It took America 200 years to
Wow.
reach $1 trillion, right, in debt.
Wow.
But over time, to this day, it takes 5 months to reach a trillion
Pause. Can we just marinate
in
on
debt.
that for a second? Like, let's just process this. 200 years. So you've seen the slave trade. You've seen people coming from England, Russia, Poland coming to America, Ireland
Mm,
coming to America, the
it's
great
deep.
European migration to America. Still didn't hit the $1 trillion debt. Then you kept going through time. You had Jim Crow. You had the civil rights era. Still didn't reach 1 trillion in debt until you hit that 200-year mark because America's only 250 years old. Let's be honest. And so then now that we are in today's time, it just takes 5 months. What the heck happened?
And it's, yeah,
What
it's
the
speeding up.
HE double hockey sticks happened to where that we became such a consumer society? And I do want to give you a warning. If you are someone that travels on debt, that maneuvers through debt mostly, and your
And
lifestyle is
credit,
not a
yeah.
cash focused lifestyle, I don't mean like literally holding cash, but like you have to
You
take out
don't
a
got it,
loan to
yeah.
live. Pay that debt off as soon as possible. Literally, like when we travel, we don't travel on credit cards, we travel with our own cash. Like we travel with the profits from our businesses. We may have
Hmm.
like working capital that's a business asset and not a liability, but when you're doing travel reward cards, when you're doing all these things that they told you, just keep doing it. Remember that we just said that they are putting a limit on credit card holders, not just 7 figure earners. I've seen it on threads where regular people
Yeah.
that have 6 figure jobs, they are getting credit card limits. And their banks are telling them, we can't keep loaning you this amount. We can't keep loaning you. So what happens when you owe tens, twenties, hundreds, thousands of dollars in debt? Because in ancient times, when somebody owed debt in these ancient civilizations, Egypt, Rome, Greece, they were liable to have themselves or their children enslaved because they owed such a high amount of debt. You need to get out of debt like ASAP. And then you need to start your business and invest in your business. The only thing you should be investing in right now is entrepreneurship, to be honest.
Yourself, yeah.
Even more so than like
Knowledge.
some of the different stocks out there. Watch the stock market, understand it, but make sure that you can produce
Take advantage of
revenue
it, yeah.
for your business. If you do not produce revenue for your business, all those things, when they crash, you're going to be at zero.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to be able to generate revenue for your business. You need to look at your 10, 20, 15 years in career, in corporate, in consult, in whatever you are doing in sales, in HR, in management, in retail, package that information into an online consulting business where you are just posting. It could be on YouTube, it could be on LinkedIn, but you are getting these contracts because there will
Mm-hmm.
be money still flowing, but it's just not flowing amongst the masses. The money will be like privately behind the scenes with corporations that have VC funding and that
Mm.
are getting returns on AI, but it won't be with the people that you're used to see having the money. It won't be with your typical small businesses. You're going to have to merge and go into something different. This is why we have the State of the Diaspora Business Intelligence Edition. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Check out the link in the description. It's this Sunday. If you're not starting a business, then your food is going to go away. Your money's going to go away. Like, this is the time while everything is still a little bit on the up and ups where you can't feel it as much
Yeah.
before it's rough, because once it's rough, you're thinking about food. You're not really thinking about entrepreneurship. You're just thinking, what do I need to get to eat today?
Man, that's deep. That's deep. And I would say this in America, they are showing you it's just going to be very expensive. The interest rates and everything, the cost of living, just pretty much everything. The fakeness of everything when it comes to food, when it comes to fruits, vegetables. Man, we saw some videos. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is wild. The banana did not break. Oh
Oh
my God,
yeah, that the
the ice
watermelon.
cream is not melting. It's hot water pouring. I'm like, oh wow.
They're
So
killing y'all out there. They ain't
yeah,
killing us because we haven't been in America for 6 years and will
so
not return for
yeah,
these very reasons.
it's very important to know America. Man, it's not it, guys. You have to be outside of America, and that's how you're gonna be ahead of what's to come. Because I know a lot of people, and I agree to some point, it is going to touch the whole world, but there's certain parts of the world, especially if you are a believer and a Most High's child, and have the wisdom and discernment and know how to move around, you're going to be good. Like point blank, period. Wherever the Most High is telling you to go, He's going to make sure you are good. So yes, of course, I think it's a lot. It's a lot of levels to it. I think it's going to touch the whole world, but not automatically. It's definitely going to touch America, Europe first, because even Europe, they're going through a famine too pretty soon. And I know we haven't been talking about the war and stuff like that, but just think: jet fuel, fertilizer, everything.
Yeah.
Like think about
Yep.
that.
Yep.
It's coming to an end. Like the
Mm.
reserves is over with, to be honest. And this is worldwide. So you better go somewhere where they produce their own food, where they are able to have some ships and been okay and having ports to trade and things like that.
Yeah,
So
where they have a good relationship
yeah,
with
relationship
producers. Some of the
exactly.
biggest producers right now in the world, China is your old time producer, but some of the new producers are places
Mm,
like Vietnam. They're producing, if you would look at your clothes, you're starting to see a lot of clothes say made in Vietnam. Remember back in the day when we were all children, we would see made in China, like, wow, everything's
mm-hmm.
made in China. China's going through their thing. So now you're going to have new areas of the world that are rising in this time. And you have to understand that. This is, again, why we have the State of the Diaspora Business Intel Edition. This is the intelligence that is necessary for all of humanity to know how to maneuver in these times, to know what to look out for, to know what to do, to know what not to do, to have an end time strategy, because without a plan, the people perish. Without strategy, there is no wisdom, but in an abundance of counselors there is wisdom, and there is riches, and there is discernment, and there are abundance pieces that you can acquire out there if you know where to look. But it's hard to know where to look when you're stuck in America. You're stuck on Fox News, you're
Yeah.
stuck on CNN, you're following all the propaganda, so you just believe you're hopeless. And it's like, you're not hopeless. Just
Just
understand that
gotta learn how
America's
to
been lying to
strategize.
you
Yeah.
about places outside of America. You can find abundance in these places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, that's one
And it
hundred
only
percent.
becomes possible once you see somebody with their testimony that's already gone forth before you, has years doing this, has had children abroad, runs businesses abroad, has family abroad. These are the keys that you need to look for. And I would go even a step further. You need to make sure that you are doing it in a stable way. I wouldn't learn from people who have not been able to find stability abroad, where it's like every
That's deep.
30 days, every 60 days leaving. That's not a real strategy. You should be looking at residency. If you're under 50, digital nomad visas, temporary residence. That's the way to go until you want to acquire some property, or until you're of retirement age. If you're of retirement age, hello, Mauritius, Africa, period. 10-year retirement residence,
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of people, like hundreds of people now, Americans out here, like, I got my 10-year, 50, 60, 70 years old. They're like, well, I can live out the rest of my life in sunshine and paradise while the
Mm-hmm.
world is in chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's wild to think about. Digital nomads, young families, they can live out the rest of their days, their long days, because a lot of us are young, 30 years old, and we're like, we can live out homeschooling our
Mm-hmm.
children, going across the world, collecting these passport stamps, showing our children different cultures, how to live, how to commune with
Experience.
other
Yeah.
people, learn how to function like a human outside of America, because America only represents 4% of humanity on the entire planet.
Yeah. Look, you guys got to understand, like, it's just a whole different vibe outside of America. So even today, I know I just explained this to you about the taxi driver that took us to the passport office, and he was just so genuine. He asked me about, oh, did the passport good and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, the baby girl got a passport and things like that. And he offered to buy me a roti, and I'm not sure if you guys know roti. If you don't know, check out one of my videos because I was talking about roti. It's basically like flatbread with like smashed chickpeas or beans and stuff like that. Some type of sauce, but it's pretty good. It's like a local food here in Mauritius. But this is what I learned. Even if I was not hungry, which I wasn't hungry, I usually don't eat too much in the morning, but he offered to buy me a roti just because he knows me, and I just sat there and had a conversation with him. So that's why I say, like, outside of America, people treat you different.
Mm,
People, like, it's a whole different vibe of uh being human.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that was so, and I couldn't say no, because if I say no, he probably look at me weird. So little things like that. That's why I say experience is key, because I wasn't hungry, but I knew if I declined his offer, he would probably look at me like, oh, these Americans is just so rude, like they can't accept nothing or something like that, right? So it is important to travel and get this experience, because man, just don't wait too late. Don't wait too late. Sooner the better. Everything that's happening right now. Look, it's so much that happened in 2026. I'll say that we forget. We forget what's been going on recently, and it's a lot. It's a lot. The signs are there, but you just have to make your move and make it bold. You got to believe it. You got to step out on faith and know. So all praise to the Most High, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, type below truth, because we are just bringing you guys this truth and just want you guys to know that it's possible. Anything is possible with the Most High. So we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Make sure you like the video, check the links in the description, and peace and blessings. Shalom.
Shalom.